Welcome back, grubbers. It's been a while. It's been a few months actually since I even operated my kitchen in the garage. I had some things that, let's just say I was otherwise detained and distracted, but I'm back. And today, we're making pan pizza. Get ready. Buckle your seatbelt. I was thinking that Sunday is a good day for a lot of things, but it's a really great day to make pizza. So we're gonna make pizza. We're gonna make it in our toaster oven. And we're gonna make a pizza invented by one of the originators of the pizza chain business in the US back in 1960, actually 58. That would be the Hut. And pizza, or what pizza has to do with the Hut, I have no idea. And why a company from Wichita, Kansas would call their store the Pizza Hut. Again, I have no idea, but I don't really care. To me, today, still, 60 years later, it's one of my favorite go-to pizzas. Today, on this fine Sunday afternoon, we're gonna make a pan pizza. It's gonna have two ingredients: red onion and sausage crumbles. And I made those crumbles in my air fryer. And all I did was get fresh sausage, remove the skin or whatever it is that they put it in, and I don't even want to think about what it is. And I crumble it up in chunks, throw it in the air fryer, 6 minutes on high, 400 degrees. It comes out phenomenally. On sausage, you know, it's interesting. I know in the old days sausage, they used intestines from the pig, I guess, as casing, and they would stuff it. I don't think they're doing that anymore, because that to me seems extremely inefficient and kind of crude. So today, they're using casings. And you know, I don't know what it is. I don't think it's rubber, because you can eat it. But again, what are they making this stuff out of? It's more research required. So today's pizza, today's pan pizza. Oh, and by the way, where'd it go? Oh, excuse me. It's in the oven. We're gonna make in a pan, a la pan pizza. My dough is rising. It was in the fridge. I'm letting it warm up. It's about 87 here in Southwest Florida today, so it'll warm up pretty fast. And once that's done, in a couple hours, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna crank up our toaster oven to about all the way, which is, I think it's 450. And in 12 minutes or so, we're gonna have a beautiful pan pizza. And lest you forgot, as I often do, our pizza's gonna have some cheese. There are cheeseless pizzas. I don't understand it. Maybe that's a veggie flatbread. We're gonna load this thing down with good old-fashioned mozzarella. Not fresh, because that's full of moisture, very wet. It's tricky. We're gonna use old-fashioned, low moisture, whole skim milk. That's a new product that one of the dairies should invent. It's whole skim. Anyway, whole milk mozzarella. Can't forget the cheese. I didn't forget it. I would have remembered, because as I looked at the pizza, I would have said, there's something missing here. And I would have remembered. This is how I operate. This is how I cook. I don't need a recipe. We'll be back. Put your safety goggles on. We're gonna slice an onion. This is a big red onion. I don't know why I got such a big, it's like 5 pounds of onion. I don't know what, I don't remember why I got this big one, but anyway, we're gonna use some of it. We certainly aren't gonna use all of it. So let's do some slicing here. You can chop it. You see it different ways. I like the rounds. I like them real thin. But watch that. This is a sharp knife. I like the rounds, real thinly sliced. Now, some people use a mandolin. It's not the musical instrument. A mandolin is the machine where you slice very thinly. But I actually find I can slice it thinner with a good sharp knife. So we're just gonna slice some rounds here, some onion. And we're gonna get to the butt. This is the butt. This is the stem. It's my word, my term. I don't know if it's accurate, but just get that out of here. And we're just gonna slice some thin rounds. And I don't have to show you this. If you don't want to fast forward right now, go ahead, that's fine. It's really hard to do this thinly, as you can see, but I'm doing a decent job. Yeah, we're almost finished because, you know, you don't want to over onion the pizza. It's getting pretty good. Let's see here. I think one more slice. Yeah, don't get an onion the size of a football, okay? It's just really hard to deal with. Okay. I think that's sufficient onions. Okay, we're back. It's been a couple hours, and as you can see, our dough is really puffed up and risen nicely. So we're ready to form it into a round, which we will then lay into our pan. Now I've added, I don't know if you can see this, a little bacon fat. You can use any kind of oil, but bacon fat never burns even if you cook at very high temperatures, so I prefer that. And it's going to impart a slight bacon flavor, but it's barely noticeable. We have here the rest of our ingredients. Of course, our onion. We have our pizza sauce. I like the Classico. This is very, very good. We have our crumbles. And lastly, we don't want to forget, we have our cheese. First thing, of course, is we got to form our dough into its kind of round. And I don't use a roller. I don't use flour. Put a little olive oil, just a little oil of any kind, so I can work with it. But I let gravity do its job here. So we're gonna let gravity do its job. Okay. So we're gonna remove it from this bowl, just reach in and you know, pull it away. It's stuck a little bit, but not too much. And come on, dough. It doesn't want to go in the oven, you know. It doesn't like to burn. Anyway, that's what we've got. Now this is about 1/4 pound, so this is going to be just enough for pan. And you just let gravity do its thing. And you can see already it's stretching out. It's going to get very thin. We want it very thin because of course it's going to puff up in a very large way. So this doesn't take long when it's 87 degrees in your garage. If you're in the kitchen, it's going to take a little longer. Now it's trying to get weird on me, so what we're going to do is pretty quickly now, we're going to lay it in the pan. And that's very sloppy right now, but we're going to fix that, okay? We're going to fix that, okay. Yeah, that's very sloppy, but that's okay. So we're going to move it around. If you have some perforations, that's okay. It's not the end of the world, because it's all going to come together in the end. And I think what I'm going to do here is flatten that a little bit because it got a little screwed up. I know this looks like a disaster, and it actually is. And now I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, but I'm going to try to recover, and I think I'm going to recover here. Let me just tell you, this ain't Pizza Hut, and I wasn't trained by Pizza Hut. Yeah, I got a problem here because it's a disaster. So I didn't want to take you through the horror show of recovery with that pizza dough that had a problem. So I pulled it out and reworked it, and it's happy again. I laid it in the pan, and you can see pressed it around. As much as you can get it up the edges, that's good. And it wants to pull back, but that's fine too. So that's kind of what you want it to look like. Now we're just going to dress it with our sauce. to shake it first. Get it nice and mixed up there. So we're just gonna put on a couple, this looks like a couple tablespoons, and just go around to the edge. You know how to do this. You've seen it a million times. I think that's pretty good. And then next, yes, how about some mozzarella cheese? Just gonna lay it around like that. Try to be uniform. And I know blobs if you can help it. And some will bake up against the edge, which is kind of fun, and make that kind of chewy, crunchy thing you get at Little Caesars. And then we're just gonna load it up with a bunch of onions. I don't think you can do too many. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty nice. If you want to add a little salt and pepper, you can. I do that later. It's not as pretty without it, but this isn't about pretty. This is about making a good pan pizza. And I am glad we recovered, because we had a bit of a disaster going there. Look, did you want some sausage? Oh yeah, okay, well let's get you some sausage here. Let's throw a few crumbles on it. You thought I forgot. I did, but I remembered. What happens with me is, and here's the good thing, I do forget a lot of stuff, but inevitably I remember, okay? And then it all works out. Okay, now we got dough. We got pizza sauce. We got the mozzarella cheese. We have the onions, and we have the sausages. Okay, I think we're good. So our oven is dutifully heated to 400. We're gonna pop it in for 12 to 15 minutes. Keep an eye on it. When it's golden brown on top and nice, you should be good to go. Okay, time to bake our personal pan pizza. 400-degree toaster oven. I slide it in my pan. Get in there, boy. It's a little screwed up. What's happening? That's good enough. I'm gonna check it in about 12 minutes. Okay. I think we did okay here. How's that looking? Yep, that's looking like a pan pizza now. What I'm gonna try to do gracefully, which is not one of my strong suites, is to kind of do that. That's pretty good, actually. Okay, we have one pan pizza. I don't know if you can see underneath, but I'm going to try to show you how it's, ouch, hot as hell, golden brown underneath, because the pan, you see that bakes till, if you see that. So we're going to let it rest here for, I don't know, a few minutes, maybe 5 or 10. And by the way, it wasn't 12 minutes. I had to add about 5. And of course, it all has to do with the temperature of your toaster oven. I think mine is missing a burner. I think it's down to 1, so it took a little longer, but I have to get that to the toaster repair center, because if you look at it, it'll say no consumer serviceable parts. So I have to find the toaster repair center. I'm thinking I've never seen one of those, so I may just pitch it and get another one. Anyway, that is a beautiful looking pizza pie. Okay, we're gonna slide our pizza onto the cutting board. What do you think of that? I think it looks pretty good, but as I always say, the test is in the taste. So we're gonna slice this into, I think, 4 pieces. I don't want to get too particular. And with my fake Damascus steel knife, I let it rest for about 5 minutes. Ooh, it sure smells nice. I smell those onions. Looks very moist, which is nice. That's the onion and the I think the mater sauce underneath. Pasta sauce, actually. So I think that looks pretty good. Let me make a beautiful presentation. Look at that. What is that? Onion skin. I think that looks pretty nice. Okay, Grovers. Let's see. See how we did. See how it's nice and brown underneath? That's critical, because that gives you that nice crunch and shit. Here we go. Be kidding. That blend, excuse me, shotgun. Crunchy fresh dough. It's caramelized on the edge from the hot pan. It's Italian sausage crumbles, mild. Could be hot if you like it that way. The cheese, the onion, nice thinly sliced red onion, and just the right amount of pizza sauce. Oh, come on. Come on. Grubbers, thanks for joining. You saw how simple this is. I think it was 5 ingredients, maybe 6. Get your toast oven, little pan. Not a pan with a plastic handle. Can't put that in the oven. Throw that together. Watch out for that dough. You get a disaster. What we recovered. And if you have a disaster like that, just get the dough out of the pan, work it up in a ball again, smash it, pat it, fold it. Within 5 minutes, it's going to be just like it was. You start over. Unreal, fun, putting Pizza Hut out of business. Telling you, come on back because we're doing a toaster oven frittata next. It's a killer, let me tell you. Adios. See you soon.